What's going on, YouTube? You already know who you're tuning to. It's your boy Victor P, back with another video. Now in this main gameplay that you're watching, I'm just experimenting with a triple lethal setup just to see if I like it better than my normal UAV and 2 lethal setup. And I have to say, as far as score streaks go, I feel more comfortable running a UAV because you will notice in this gameplay not a single UAV gets called by my random teammates, and I don't like that. I feel like even though I get a lot of kills, I managed to drop a 50 bomb with triple lethals without a UAV being called. I just feel more comfortable getting that information from the UAV, and I feel like even in this gameplay you'll see I would have died less had I had a UAV to call in, because I wouldn't have died to certain people in corners in this gameplay. So just for my gameplay purposes, I prefer running a UAV as a score streak instead of triple lethals. Now what I really want to concentrate on is the first 2 clips that I put at the beginning of this video, because it highlights a certain underrated skill of hardcore players that are elite, and that is survivability. The ability to make it out of those tough situations when you're pinned down and you're surrounded or you're boxed in like I was. So even though it's a short 20-second clip and it's only a 4 kill streak, what if I was on a 26 gun streak up to that point? I would have had to kill those 4 people to get the nuke, clutch up, and that's what you need to be able to do in order to go on longer streaks, to die less, drop more kills, drop more streaks, and hopefully drop more nukes. So what happened? How did I survive? I'm going to tell you guys my decision making process and probably some nuances that you may or not have picked up on in that short clip. So when the clip starts, you can see that I run in, I'm pre-aiming the doorway that I see my teammates getting slaughtered on the other side of, waiting for the guy to push in. In the midst of that, I hear the first Ruins swordfish shots, so that lets me know I need to leave because there's an enemy approaching from behind me. So luckily for me, he goes around that piece of equipment in the middle of the room, which is a computer server cabinet, I'm assuming, and instead of making a beeline for me, he takes a long way around. That gives me time to retreat on the close side of it. Now I could have turned around and chowed him from the same side, or option number 2 is take the same route he did and chow from that side of the computer server cabinet. But in both of those gunfights, I felt like he would have had the advantage, so I took option number 3, which was going all the way on the outside of the balcony, challenging him from a better angle outside the glass, and I kill him and the crash user that pushed in at that time. So I get those 2 kills. Now as I'm sliding back inside, 3 things happen. I earn a UAV. I see that there's a battery user using a silenced GKS that is challenging me from the same spot that the first Ruin user was, and I'm getting challenged by a second Ruin user down the hallway by the steps. So I could either call in a UAV, challenge the battery user, or challenge the Ruin user. I don't call in the UAV because I have 2 imminent threats. I don't need to be put in a hip fire state because I don't have on laser sight, and hip fire just sucks in this game. So that option is out the window, and I already know where the 2 threats are, so I don't need a UAV. Number 2, I could have challenged the battery user, which wouldn't have been a bad play, but I assumed that the Ruin user was going to push up through that hallway and get closer to me, so I felt like he was the more imminent threat. Now after that first slide, you will see that I weapon swap. I put my MX9 on my back. That's not for style. That was not a style point thing. I did it to get the extra movement speed you have when you don't have a weapon in your hand. You move the fastest when you are weaponless on this game. So I did that to get the extra movement speed to slide back into cover by that computer server cabinet. As I grab my weapon again and I jump shot to the left to engage this Ruin user that, again, I'm assuming is pushing up, I see that the bullet traces from that silenced GKS are on the other side of that um, server cabinet. So I know that that server cabinet is still between me and the battery user. Therefore, I have time to kill this ruin user. So I'm jump shotting to the left. What I didn't know was that instead of pushing up, he fell back down those steps again. Luckily, by the time I land, he pushes up again. So I jump shot back across to the right and end up killing him. Why am I jump shotting back and forth? Because this battery silenced GKS user is still shooting at me. Luckily, missing all their shots, but they're still engaged in a gunfight with me. So I kill the second ruin user, but now I have to reload. So I get back into cover on the short side of that computer server cabinet, and what I do is I shoulder peek. That little shimmy that I'm doing, I'm shoulder peeking to find out the location of the battery user to see if I have time to complete this reload and challenge him with actual bullets from the MX9, or if I need to cancel the reload and try to melee him because he's pushing up close to me to kill me. So these split second decisions, sometimes they're made consciously, sometimes they're made subconsciously, and it's just second nature. It's just instinctual because I've been in those situations so many times. But this is what separates the higher skilled hardcore players from the lower skilled hardcore players. It's not that I was cheating or hiding or modding or hacking like lower skilled players would say. It's that I've been in those situations. I keep a cool head, and it's a perfect storm of high IQ play, great COD timing, and horrible aim from my enemies. I cannot stress to you enough that this person missed all their shots with that GKS, and as you can see, I took no damage. So work on your map awareness so you can increase your survivability, die less, drop more kills, drop more streaks, drop more gunships, and hopefully you will drop more nukes. Like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Victor P. That's all I got for you guys today. Be on the lookout for more content today. I got y'all. But it's me, Victor P. I am